Thank you for checking out Real Talk Personal Finance. Shit's about to get real. Cash Flow King with you today. And today on the Get Your Money Right segment, we are going to compile a debt list. Now, I know this can be a very painful topic for a lot of people, so we're going to break this up. Today, we're going to talk about what we need to get down on paper, and then we're going to put it away until next week. We're going to try to make this a little bit more palatable. We're going to talk about what to do with this list on the next episode of the Get Your Money Right segment. For today, all we're going to do is we're simply going to make a list of the different types of debt that we have. So if you want to, you can do this in Excel. You can do this on a piece of paper, however you want to do it. You want to write down the creditor, so who you owe the money to, whether that's a mortgage company, car loan company, credit card company, whomever it might be. You're going to list a creditor. All right, so just let's say we're going to do 4 columns here. All right, so on the left-hand side, the leftmost column, we're going to have creditor, and we're going to write down who we owe the money to. The next column is going to be the outstanding balance. This is how much you owe in total to that particular creditor. The third column is going to be the interest rate. And you may have to make a phone call or two. You might not know this off the top of your head, and that's okay. Again, we're not going to do anything with it this week except for get them all listed down, and we'll deal with them next week. But we gotta put in the work, and we gotta get this on paper, okay? So we're going to start ripping the Band-Aid today, this week. So creditor on the leftmost column, write it down. Outstanding balance in the next column, how much you owe in total right now. Your interest rate on the third column, and then your minimum monthly payment in the fourth column, okay? Or the payment that you're making in the fourth column. So if it's a mortgage, your mortgage payment. If it's a credit card, you can write down whatever you're paying consistently, or if you're only paying the minimum, unfortunately, we're going to talk about ways to get you out of that. But if that is the case, just go ahead and write down whatever that payment is. So we're going to do that for all the different types of debts that we have. And then we're going to come back to this and have a longer episode next week in terms of where do we plug these numbers in? What do we do with them? What's the idea? What's the strategy? We're going to talk about that stuff next. But this part is probably going to be the hardest, so I don't want to give too long of a quote-unquote assignment, if you will, right off the cuff. First thing we're going to do is just get it down on paper. Who do we owe? How much? What interest rate? What's the payment? That's it. And then put it away till next week. Super simple, okay? If this might be a little bit more difficult for you, though, if you don't know what your outstanding balance is, if you don't know what your interest rate is, right? You might only know who you owe it to and what your monthly payment is. This is a great opportunity to hop on the phone or look at your statement and get that information, right? So that's all we got to do this week is get it on paper. Creditor, balance, interest rate, payment. Done, okay? We'll see you here next week on the Get Your Money Right segment, and we're going to talk about what do we do with this information. We will see you in the next episode.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.